Well, for the very latest, let's go to CNN's Kristie Lu Stout live this hour in Hong Kong. And Kristie, in terms of deliverables, as they like to say in Diplo speak, it seems these two men talking is considered a win.
Yeah, I mean, this was about just keeping that channel of communication open at a very high level. The long-awaited virtual summit between these two world leaders wrapped up in the last 20 minutes or so, and it comes at a time of high tension and also high hopes that this virtual summit could somehow improve the tone in the overall U.S.-China relationship. The meeting spanned several hours, and we heard from the Chinese President Xi Jinping, who reiterated his call for mutual respect, for peaceful coexistence, and for both sides to be able to pursue a term that the Chinese like to use, win-win cooperation. We also heard from U.S. President Joe Biden, who reiterated what he has been calling for to better manage this very intense rivalry and competition with the use of guardrails in order to avoid conflict and to avoid misunderstanding. As you mentioned, John, going into this meeting, Biden administration officials downplayed any sort of concrete deliverables to come out of the meeting, but the meeting did achieve one thing. Here's Paul Henley.
In the near term, it can certainly help to reduce risks in the relationship, uncertainties in the relationship, put the relationship on more stable footing. We have to keep in mind, however, that the long-term structural challenges between the U.S. and China have really yet to be addressed. This could be the start of a process for that to happen.
Look, China and the U.S. have locked horns on a wide array of issues, from unfair trade practices to China's treatment of Hong Kong and Xinjiang, rising military tension concerning the island of Taiwan. On top of that, the Biden administration has been rallying U.S. allies, creating these alliances like AUKUS, like the Quad, much to the chagrin of the Chinese, who see it as a challenge, a containment challenge to its economic and military rise. But even so, in the last week, we've gotten hints from even Xi Jinping himself of a thawing in the relationship. It was last Tuesday when the Chinese president said that China is seeking to manage differences with the United States. And of course, that climate deal, that pact to cooperate together that was announced last week between the U.S. and China. John.
There are bright spots, to be sure. Kristie, thank you. Kristie Lu Stout there in Hong Kong.